Know what's really fun is when you're just about to start streaming and you decide to give the graphics pen a little tap and you realise that your graphics tablet isn't working for your art stream because the USB hub that you use for your computer because you don't have enough USB ports for all of your things, it turns out that it doesn't work and you're just going to have to take it out and plug it in and hope you don't break anything in your setup to start streaming. So yes, not fun, but I think fairly typical for the week I've had. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? And hello, Mr. Omu. I'm not actually sure. I never actually asked you how you pronounce your username, which was, in retrospect, a mistake. But yes, thank you for following as well. Mr. Omu will know the week I've had because he was witness to part of it. Because you remember on Tuesday when I managed to stream about an hour of Crash Bandicoot before saying that I was feeling ill and had to go and stop streaming? Well, I thought that it was things just like anxiety stuff because I'd had a bit of a day at work. No, turns out I had some kind of stomach illness and I had to go and have a really fun time at A&E at like somewhere between 1 in the morning and 5 in the morning, which was really good. It was a really nice way to spend a Wednesday. Thankfully didn't have to go to work because my workplace are pretty cool people. But yes, A&E buddies, exactly. Sometimes you meet people at the A&E and it turns out that you're both Twitch streamers and that your night got ruined by various things. So we swapped follows and now you're here witnessing one of the many streams that I do. Oh no, ignore that pile. Listen, you just choose not to perceive it. Let's see. That'll do. Now you can only see it a little bit. This is fully disorganised today. I thought I was more on top of it than I was. But shall we start actually arting? That's great, I can tap the thing with my pen. So last time we started work on this drawing, which is, if I have to explain, how do I put this? There is a concept EP that I like by a podcast/music group called Let's Make a Music, and in their most recent one, they made a space opera concept album about if Galileo Galilei was a space wizard, and they had to, like, find out where he is, and he's, you know, this ominous mystical force. I'm gonna actually, I did link it last time, but I'm gonna stick it in here again. And there we go. Yes, but the crop has fixed it. I just wasn't mentally aware of the fact that I was showing all of my garbo. But yes, he was. Yeah, no, sorry, not if he was a space wizard. He was and is a space wizard. As the song "The Original Wizard" states, he has been alive for 1,000 years, and he'll be alive for at least 1,000 more. So last time, my Lofty is making Outer Wilds puns, and I won't condone it. I have been playing a lot of Outer Wilds recently, because it's a good game, and I haven't played it before. But yes, we managed to draw one sad OG Galileo down here, and then he was going to transition up into this powerful space wizard Galileo. Lofty, why are you putting me on... Just because we're mazed, you don't have to put me on blast in my own stream just because I played however many hours worth of Outer Wilds I was playing, you know? Yes, it's all good. It's all normal ways to spend your evening. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I had a whole bunch of references which I was using. Hello, Sam! How are you? How has your day been treating you? I had technical problems, but I have rectified them now. I'm not even, like... I'm just regular gamer without the Y, unfortunately. But I appreciate the sentiment. I've got the 2 powerful memorial statues of Galileo where they went, sorry about persecuting you. Here are some sick-ass, like, statues to say, you were a cool person, actually. Sorry about saying that you were doing blasphemy by saying that the Earth revolves around the sun. Fair enough, Lofty, fair enough. Let's have a go at it. I was thinking, this is a thought that I've had since the last time I was streaming this specific character, which is that, so Let's Make a Music is run by a few people, and one of the people who doesn't actually appear on the podcast, but does appear as the person who actually does the bulk of the music production, is a guy called Jonah Scott. Not to be confused with Jonah Scott, who is a voice actor for Beastars. This guy is a very talented music producer, and he also does the occasional Instagram live stream, and I happened to catch one he did while, like, up at 3 a.m. for no good reason, and while he was doing that, he decided to play a bit of Blues for Baby and Me by Elton John, which I didn't realise at the time. And there's a moment where the chord progression goes sort of like dun 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 dun, which, if you will know the song The Original Wizard, which this art is based off of, and which he created, there is a moment just before the chorus of that song where the chords go like dun 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 dun, dun, and I pointed it out, and he was like, and so he decided to sort of play both side by side and went, oh yeah, that may be an inspiration actually, without, like, consciously being aware of it, which is what happens sometimes. No one reinvents the wheel, and sometimes you get inspirations from weird places. I'm going to have another second sleeve coming out of here. But yes, so for that reason, I'm considering, maybe not for this drawing, but I've got a second drawing of this character at some point in the future, and I am thinking about giving him big Elton John feathers, because same chord progression. Apparently it's supposed to be more based off of Black Sabbath, but when you are mostly working in pop, your influences shine through. It is a good chord progression. It's all in G major, which is good. Let's see. I need to think about the fact that this dude is old, so I'm gonna follow this line actually, because like my hands are round because I am round. But when you get older, your hands kind of sink in a bit, and you get much more like the definition. And then you get the thumb coming out here. This isn't going to be like, oh, that's not a good line. That line doesn't work. Let me think about this some more. Put my finger up here. Put the left foot out. And yeah, you kind of see it just like disappear. Something like that. I have a little bit of wrist sticking out. And then big old row coming in. Oh, hey Tio, how are you? How are things with you? Trying to think of how to draw old man hands. I think I'm doing vaguely okay for someone who personally doesn't have wrists to speak of. It's hard to reference it. I'm not even joking. Like, look at this. Nary a wrist to be seen. My arm is just like a straight tube from arm to hand. It's great. We're drawing Galileo. Look, here's Tio. Here's the drawing from last week where we managed to get a good red sketch of sad, pensive. Trying to remember what century Galileo was alive in. I'm going to hazard a guess and say 17th century, like the 1600s. Or was he earlier? He might have been earlier. Oh, yes. Good job being productive. It's what we want to see in the world. Just give him a big old flowing arm. What's great is my mic is actually... because my mic cables hang quite low, I accidentally brushed the cables with my hands, which is unpleasant a sensation, I would say. So let me get a second part and then have it loop around, kind of, and then take into account the fact that this is like a solid material. Give it a bit of a swoosh going around, and then give this a thickness. You could say that it's down with a thickness. Ooh, ha ha. Yes, 1642 is the year that he escaped from Earth after spending the rest of his life in house arrest. Honestly, like, I think that makes for a good / compelling thing. That's why I've drawn this sad Galileo down here, because I like the idea of... I know this is all purely, like... I'm doing some heavy, like, transformative stuff with the original material, but I do like the idea of, like, oh, he's been, you know, punished by the Catholic Church for saying that the Earth revolves around the sun, and they didn't appreciate that. Oh, I know. Hang on. Let me get it to bunch down. Oh, no. Let's get this to fall down here and bunch up. Really, really bunch it up here, because we're going to go and we're going to seal that in to a belt. One of those classic wizard's belts that wizards have when they're wizards. Because what is a wizard without one, you know? You know what I mean? You gotta have a good wizard's belt. Will it have stars on it? I'm like maybe on the hat, but bearing in mind the background is absolutely going to be a cosmos, and also he has technically got a star on his staff, which is the sun, and also a couple of. I've gone for like the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planets. I don't want to. I want to put as many on as maybe like Galileo knew of at the time. I don't think Neptune and Uranus had been found yet. If Saturn hasn't been found yet, tell me and I will take it off of here. Love a good. I do love a good belt. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have like. Yeah, because he's got his furry sleeves. I might make this a. What's good about this layer is that this is all like, still very much in the sketch stage, so I can add a big furry trim to this, and that'll give it a lot more character. I say as if, like, oh yeah, it's me, I'm expert art person or whatever, but it just adds a little bit of that like, oh, there's just a little bit too big. I can always go in and like make these lines a lot tidier in the final pass, because this is for, I would say, second to final pass. I will definitely be doing more to it than this, but it's nice to know where I need to stand. But yeah, I'm going to have, I think, definitely some kind of sleeve on here, but probably more of a like asymmetric thing, because you gotta love a good asymmetric this all, oh my god, this is so bunched. Bunch. Oop, that one looked less good. Last two looked less good. Oh, hey Clam. Hey Clam, you don't have to worry about being late. No one is ever obligated to come. In fact, I'm honestly amazed. Like, there's always the first few minutes of the streams, I'll be honest, where I'm kind of like, oh, well, if no one comes, I guess I will just sort of, talk about whatever. But people literally always come, and that's really, really nice. I appreciate the fact that you seem to actually enjoy hearing me talk about silly things while drawing Space Wizards. It's a good time. Oh, I have a truly itchy nose. Now, does that actually look... Let me think about this. Maybe more like variety of lengths, perhaps? Let's try that. If it doesn't work out, I can always change it. More layers in here, like fabric and stuff. Doesn't have to be perfect. Truly doesn't have to be. Mild bunching here, because this is sort of a... Oh wow, that sounds like a lot. That sounds like you've got a lot going on. So we've got this, Gotta have, I'm gonna, listen, I'm gonna bring back the pantaloons from last time, because they're important. I need to make sure that he's still got his, like, Galileo pantaloons. I'm not gonna do much here, just a bit of that, and then a bit of that, and on a thing. Because I still want him to look like Galileo. I think there's a later point where I want to go a bit more wild with the design, but we are not at that stage yet. For the time being, he is still recognisably Galileo, if still, like, a bit wizardy. That's the goal, anyway. Are you all still talking about Outer Wilds in chat? I'm gonna, listen, Sunday, I am almost certainly just gonna spend Sunday playing Outer Wilds and or watching anime and or watching other streamers. I need a chill little weekend. Have some kind of this coming out. I don't know. I'm not actually sure how a full doublet and hose ends, but I'm just gonna take my cues like this and then follow the contour of the leg down and follow the contour down here. This may end up looking a bit wonky, but I can live with that. I can live with that. It's all fine. It's all fine. Makes the fabric look super fine. Are the ropes thick or airy? That's a good point. I think I probably need to... Just gonna... if I keep these points here, I think I do want it to be a bit thicker than that, so I might make an executive decision and get rid of this lot. It's trying to, like... I don't know. Let's have a look at our good references by people who actually know how to... Yeah, it's huge folds rather than, like, little ones. This is why I keep references, and yet, will that actually make me look at them? Something more like that. I don't want to get rid of too many of these, because I do like them, but I am gonna simplify this a little bit. I do like that overhang. But I'm gonna chunk it out a little bit. Thank you for... Mr. Omu, their name is Galileo Galilei because they are the 15th/16th century... No, 16th/17th century astronomer who tried to predict the Earth moving around the sun and got, like, stitched up by the Catholic Church for it. The reason I'm drawing him as a space wizard is because of this concept album, which I would highly recommend. It's made by a group of people who crowdsource songs and use the suggestions to create surprisingly well-produced songs because they have an actual not video producer, sorry, that's a different member of the team. They have an actual audio engineer involved who can actually make the songs sound like real songs. It's wild. Everything is better as a space wizard, and the people behind Let's Make a Music understand that. I would play the music myself, but I'm fairly certain that it would get DMCA'd. Even if I know that, like, the people behind it probably don't care that much, I just am not chancing it, but I would strongly recommend listening to it, because it will make a lot of what I'm drawing make a lot more sense. Maybe. It's mostly the fourth song, the original wizard, is what I'm basing this off of. Fair warning, the song is sung by a woman. They are still playing Galileo Galilei, the wizard / astronomer, and that is how it goes. They only have so many people. I'm going to take the opportunity to hydrate. Oh yes, no. Do not have Cheetos, Fleckus, you are a cat. I'm gonna draw his little wizard booties. His little wizard shoes, which are actually just his astronomer shoes, because they are still kind of wizard shoes. Let's see. They come down here. They've got a hard base to them. Yeah. And then they come across like this. His moon boots, it's true. It's true, Lofty, his moon boots. Rest of the ankle. Ooh, that's not how ankles end. Ankles end more like that, I think. Let me fix the feet. Let me do something about this, because that should be coming this way. Giving him rickets. I'm giving him rickets. Ankles bumpy. Ankles are real bumpy. You can even add a little divot here, because ankles are bumpy. It's why they're so hard to draw, and it's also why it makes people who are a little bit too into feet even more suspicious, because it means that they have to learn how to draw a very complicated thing, which is the foot. This needs to come round a little bit more, have a bit of a back to it. There we go. It's because you're seeing it from behind, so it makes it a little bit complicated. I can always fix it a bit into... Clam, I don't know that I appreciate you telling me to get my shoes and socks off on stream, okay? Listen. It's not that kind of stream. In fact, I'm fairly certain that Twitch has, like, policies against that. No. Show feet? No feet. No feet. Listen. Listen, you wanna play this game? No feet. They're banned. They're banned from Twitch. So, show's over, folks. No feet on Twitch. We're goodbye. Just kidding, I'm back. Hi, how's it going? Alright, that was good bit, but let's carry on. Alrighty. Another foot. Another foot, another day. Another one of these good shoes. The tape topic aka feet, correct. No feet on Twitch. If you've got feet, they'll chop them off. That's how it works. You can listen. You can if you want to bring the rest of the jocks in. I'm happy. Listen, I'm. Oh no, free audience. How will I cope? God, I have no idea if I'll ever hit affiliate in any decent time. But once I do, I am making my own versions of like. I want my own version of the like smuggest smug face emote. Because I need it. It's an emotion I feel a lot. The emotion of smugness. Do I stream enough? I stream 2 hours 3 days a week, which is like 6 hours a week. And I think they ask for 8 hours over 30 days. The main thing is followers, but I am also reticent about asking for followers in that sense. I know it's like part of the hustle, but I'm kind of like, how desperate do I need to be? Like, this is something that I started doing for mostly fun and jokes. I don't really want to like overcommit in that sense. It feels like a good way to, good way to sell your soul. Yeah, but he hardly had to struggle. Like. He had like 100 followers even before he started streaming, which I know because there was one of them. Like it's apples and oranges. When you're not a pre-established creator, you kind of have to. There is a regrettable amount of hustle required, which I'll see how bothered I am. Why can't I be the orange? I like apples more than I like oranges. Honestly, this is... Ooh, Clam, there's... How do I put this? It's not strictly against the rules of Twitch or of the rules of other streamers, but it's kind of considered poor etiquette to go, hey, you should go and follow XYZ on twitch.television because, like, you should be there for their stream. It's more like, yeah, it's bad form to do that, is what we're basically getting at. This can be much more, I've made the mistake before. I was watching a stream and I happened to mention that I was watching it and another stream at the same time, kind of dual wielding it, and afterwards I got a DM from the streamer because they didn't have any mods at the time, just to say, can you please not do that in future because it does like have an effect on the people you're watching. And I felt very bad, but I just took it as it was and made the changes to my behavior, which is should I be telling this in my own stream? Probably not, but yeah, it is a thing. But thank you for the sentiment anyway. I appreciate it. This can be a little thicker. Yeah, I mean, it's not great to be, like, told that you've done a bad, but you've also kind of got to, like, take it on the chin. You know, no one's perfect, and that includes yourself. And I've had to learn that over the years. But the main thing to keep in mind is whether someone is telling you that in good faith or bad faith. Because sometimes people will tell you things in really bad faith, and it's bad when it happens. But this is turning out more like a regular sleeve than. Yeah, it's better than, like, people being funny with you and not actually telling you. Communication important, and honestly, it was kind of just like, how do I put it? The fact that they were willing to come, because this is not like a. How do I put this? This is the person who did this was someone who was, like, big enough that it was kind of a big deal that they actually messaged me to say that, which meant that they, it meant that they did want me there, but, like, wanted me to be aware of what was happening. This is too much. Like, this is a suit sleeve. This is what happens. I default to suit sleeves if I'm not paying attention. Put that one away. I need a. Oh god, no! I did not get called out by Dream Minecraft Man. I'm not gonna say who it was because I don't. That feels. I hear about things called Twitch drama, and I'm not interested. I like doing my things, but it was what it was. I'm trying to think. I've got Galileo here. I've got this reference here, which is another fluffy sleeve. I know what I'll do. I will stop thinking about that sleeve and instead focus on the reason why I made this way, which was gonna have. Oh, actually, I do need to think about that because that would be. So that's a huge thing in a sleeve, and this can be fluffy. Let's make this fluffy as well. I know it's not strictly in the original, but it might work for this. We'll see how this goes. It's nice. It's nice to experiment. Have a little play around with the textures. But yes. Wait, don't we already have, like, a mutual acquaintance of ours who is part of Minecraft YouTube fandom and does get, like, mentioned in stuff like that? I find that it's a very confusing world to me. I don't have any plans to get involved. I think her name is Carson? Oh god, I really shouldn't be. I'm all over the place today. This is me going on Tumblr and seeing things for which I have no context and being like, sure. I don't know what goes on in Minecraft YouTube world. As far as I'm concerned, Minecraft YouTube is still like 2011 Yogscast because that's the last time I really engaged with it. Oh no. Carson is a sometimes jock. I sometimes see Carson in the chat, but not regularly. I think it's unusual times of day. Let me think about this sleeve. I do want it to be a wizard sleeve, but like a less wizardy wizard sleeve, like more of this. This one should be a lighter material. Ooh, nope. There we go. I think we're getting it. We're getting there. Just yeah, that's better. Just a nice, gentle wizard's sleeve. Something like that. Two wizard sleeves, but one is more than the other because. Why am I doing two different sleeves? Because I like asymmetrical character design. And I want him to just be a bit, like, all over the shop with the design. And then when I do this again with the... Because there's... Galileo Galilei appears in a speaking role in 2 of the songs. And the first song is, about how he's the original wizard and won't let gravity get the best of me. But the second time he appears is in a song called Out There, which is incredibly out there. Like, he shows up and is like full on Dio and Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny, like belting it out. And then there's a point where he has like, it's almost like his voice doubles up on himself because he's sort of showing off the multiple versions of himself that exist. And I do like the idea of having just completely buck wild designs for them, including one that is probably going to have Elton John feathers. So yes, that is why. Does this outfit make any sense? No, but we're playing by like JoJo rules, you know? They don't have to make sense, they just have to look very cool. So I'm gonna pull this out here like this, and this will presumably be the part that, let's see. Have it kind of come out like this, like a huge thing, a big arc with a nice pointy tip. I actually haven't seen any of the Kingsman movies, fun fact. Yeah, that needs to come sweeping out like that. Some of that's going to disappear behind there. It needs to come across the middle like that. And then kind of dot, 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 imply that it circles around and joins up back there. Make this line even more like that. Yeah, I reckon so. They might be. I don't know whether they're old enough movies now that I would watch them and go, whoo, which is a thing that has happened sometimes. I mean, it's very likely I'd enjoy them because my favourite film, fun fact, is Hot Fuzz, which is a very funny film to have as a favourite film for someone who doesn't like the police, as a rule of thumb. So it's very funny. But my favourite film is apparently a cop film, but it's also, in fairness, a cop film where the main villain is the most powerful cop in the place. Spoiler alert. And it takes a whole bunch of very dubious stuff to happen to, like, actually save the day. I'm glad I've got a chat that's on board with this. It's what you want. Oh yeah, so I want that to kind of curve around like that. This is all like, these are not actually going to be in the final thing lines, but they're good to have to see what I'm doing. I also liked the swan. The swan's name is Elvis, fun fact. Yeah, no, Ghostbot isn't here. Ghostbot is, for those who don't know, Ghostbot is a regular human being who shows up in some other streams that I also go to, and whom I help, I guess. There's Project Marley and myself. Project Marley was the one who... okay, Ghostbot is a bot, Project Marley is the one who created it, and I sometimes take stewardship when they're not around to keep it running on the server that we operate it off of. This is like revealing, like, behind the mask, but except it doesn't matter because we're all fairly, like, we know. Oh, nope, that last one, those two look bad. It's, no, I don't like that. It's better a little bit looser. Like little long. But I like that line, I just don't want it to come all the way down. And it's just sort of gently do that or something. Can always. Yes, Sam is speaking only the truth in this stream, which is why they are my moderator. And also because I asked them. I was like, I need some mods. So I asked Sally and I asked Sam, because I only need 2 for the time being. I mean, if you're going for metaphors of like, if Marley's Zeus, and that would make Cinnamon Shakes the that one witch goddess who was not Hecate, someone else, who was like, oh yeah, if you have a kid, they're gonna be way smarter than you or way more powerful than you. And so the normal thing to do in that circumstance is to eat the person who said it. And then the child pushes out of your forehead anyway. I like this conversation of like, oh, are you guys having, if you were a Greek god, what god would you be? I would be Arachne. Sorry, but Arachne was right. Let me get... I want to have a lens in there because it's a staff, but it's also a telescope. But I need to be careful not to touch the sun. I can always move the sun up a little bit, but I do want to just have a little bit of a staff in there. I do enjoy streaming on a Goddess of the Hearth. That is, I should know this because Hestia. That's it. Her name is Hestia. I think isn't Hestia one of the aspects in Hades? That's also a good game that I like. Make these a little bit longer. Oh, not that long. Not that long. This is why I like digital art. I like Hades. Lofty's being sarcastic because Lofty's watched a lot of... before I started streaming on Twitch, I used to stream on Discord just for friends. And in that, I used to play a lot of Hades. Hades and Monster Hunter were the main ones, but I also played a little bit of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, because it's a good game. It's kind of a scary game, but it's a good game. Pretty heavy. Deals with some themes. Gotta love a game with some themes in it. I can put some like wizard sigils and stuff on the rim of this telescope, and that'll be fun. I can make them match these parts of the robes, the ones that aren't furry. Focus. That's the thing that the voices in Hellblade say when you gotta focus. It makes you good at the game. Was I good at the game while playing it? Hard to say. I did enjoy playing it, though. Hestia, goddess of the Arga. Yes, what a fun thing for you to say, Lofty, with absolutely no context for people who are potentially watching this stream in the future, either on Twitch or on my YouTube channel. Because I have a YouTube channel and that's where this is going to go eventually. No, we have a Discord server, and in it we have a feet pics channel, which is for all memes and absolutely no actual feet pics. This is the second time that feet have come up in stream. What is going on? Lofty's... yeah, this is... sorry, this is the second feet pic channel we're talking about, because Sam made a feet pic channel and then deleted it, and then Lofty made one, and so here we are. It's time for another drink. Love a good squeak to my chair. It's ideal. Old man Knuckles. It's like that Logan adaptation. The one where he's old and he's sad, but it's Old Man Knuckles, like in the Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's see. Right hand. This is what I'm doing. I'm just looking at my knuckles. Yes. Good old squeaky chair. Oh, no, don't like that. If I've got a thumb coming out, then the thumb has to be kind of lying adjacent across the rest of the fingers, otherwise it will look bad. Something about not, that'll do. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm a big on fixing, like, after the fact. Yeah, it's good old man wrist. You can't really see the wrist when you're facing like that. You only get a little bit of a sense. Yeah, that's not too bad. Good old man hands. This is nice. This is kind of a nice chill stream for the end of the week, for the end of the completely buck wild week that I've had. What is that line? That's not a line. Let's do that again. I was just talking to myself and drawing, and it's all a bit wibbly wobbly. Let's try this bad boy again. That's better. Yeah, that's a roughly straight line. Oh, I say, talking really is. It does distract. It's quite incredible. Have the power of talking while drawing. However, I can live with it. What do people have for, like, foods and drinks at the moment? I would like to know. Oh. There we go. Fix this a little bit. Let me get down to here. Fix this line a little bit. Again, doesn't have to be perfect because this is gonna be eventually. So if I draw this line here, then I can add the rim around it because this is a telescope and a staff. Oop! I've made a mistake. Get rid of that. I misinterpreted my own diagram, because the rim has to come down around here, and you can't see the underside of it, because the angle for it is different. What if half of the skirt of the robe was all thick and furred and stuff to match the one sleeve? Interesting. I'm not sure how I'd actually manage it, but let me have a ponder of this, because I think the idea is that this part runs underneath. I guess I could have like maybe something coming across. This is just very vague. I could have something coming across here like this. And that could be where the fur trim goes. Yeah, that could work. I could have something coming across like this. Oh, I don't want to, making that a little bit bigger than I want. Let me scale back a little. Zoom in a little bit. Get close to my target. So let me think. I don't want to cover up too much of this, so I'm gonna try and... Yeah, if I make it part of this rim, then I can have it kind of coming out around like this. And have it fluffing out this way. That way there are layers. Again, this outfit makes no sense, but he is a 1,000-year-old space wizard, and that is... If ever there was an opportunity to have a nonsensical outfit, it would be this. Yeah, I think that could work. I might instead of having it just like that, I might make it more... Let's remove some of these confusing lines because they're going to confuse me. Love some layers. Don't we all? That's the upside of the winter seasons for me are, layering is fun. Having said that, I'm still a summer apologist. I like being able to just go out in shorts and a vest. It's nice. I like a good... Pardon me, sorry for bumping. I do like a good shorts and vesting. That's me, you know. Other people can have their preferences, and that's okay. We do not need to be at war. You know you can get... I know I just said that I wasn't gonna, but you know that you can get, like, cashmere scarves? You can get, like, light scarves for the summer? I have a summer scarf. It's a very nice summer scarf. I got it from Oxford Street. Let me make this more over here. So this comes out like so. Sense making? No. Looks good? Yes. There we go. That'll do. That'll do on that front. It doesn't have to be perfect, pardon me. No scarf for Clam, and that's fair. I thought about wearing a necklace today on top of my thing, but I couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be bothered. Yeah, I think that'll do. I'm thinking... I wasn't about it before, but I'm thinking I might give him just a little bit of a brim on his wizard's hat, because I do like a brim on a wizard's hat. Thank you. This jumper I haven't worn in many years because one of the pockets, the stitching on it is coming loose a bit, so I want to make sure that I actually get it fixed before I start wearing it again, but... I did say that sometime in 2014, which was when I last regularly wore this. Let me add a little wizard's brim to this. Just a nice little wizard's brim. Yeah, something like that. Something that adjacent. Actually, no, if this is, me try and make it more obvious that this is... There we go. A wizard's hat. Yes, HRT is a potion of your gender, and don't forget it. Alright, this is coming together. And I'm only an hour in. I may, in fact, if I'm lucky, I'll make sure I've actually finished doing this ear. Give it a little bit of ear innards. Ear innards. What is the anatomy of an ear? Who knows? They're not looking. Don't please hide them. Now there's no ears. No ears whatsoever. So yeah, I think that's actually looking pretty good. If I want to add any, like, I need to make sure I don't forget to add the planets and the sun up here. So I can add the sun. I'm translating it a few pixels just because I don't want it to be touching the stuff. I want it to have a little bit of clearance between the two. Nice little planet. Nice little planet. Nice little planet. Nice little planet. Just drawing some nice little planets. What's good is that I actually don't tend to wear my hair like this on stream because I'm usually wearing headphones, but today I don't have any music or sounds, so I can do that. I wish that people weren't suddenly making noise outside of my door. I reckon I know exactly who that is, and I don't appreciate it. But oh well, it's probably unlikely to get picked up by the thing anyway. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. Yes. Let me make this one a little better. So that goes out like that. Then this one goes in like that. Yeah. Good times. Good times. I think that means if I take away this bottom layer, I think I might be ready to start actually lining this thing. I think it might be time. Could certainly be a lot worse. Yes. There we go. I'm making the decision, folks. It's black pen time. What's great is that this is going to be having a mostly like sort of dark background, but it's also going to be like nebulas. It's going to be quite a nebulous background. So we shall see how it goes. Let's draw Galilei. This part's great because this is literally just like civilized tracing. Get rid of some of this add some eyebrow here. It's like I have to focus. I'm shifting into trace mode. Draw this like this. Make sure it's obvious that this is this thing. This has no ear in it. Let's put some ear in it. There we go. Get his actual forehead coming out. Hit the line again. Remove some of that because I don't need it from there. There we go. There we go. That's what I enjoy about like doing these sort of sketches is that I can use them as kind of a guide, but not a strict. I don't have to like actually follow them to the letter. They're just more like gives me something to build off, you know? Why am I? This is like 101 art. This is why you should do sketch layers. But I also hear that people do things called warm-ups, and I know that I should, but also, who has the time? I don't. I've got like, my full-time job is unfortunately not art, so I can't go like, oh yes, I should learn the proper tricks of the trade. I gotta kind of just ham-fist it and hope for the best. There we go. Sorry, I'm just catching up on whatever the heck conversation is happening in chat. This is a lot. There's a lot going on. I think I'm gonna keep Sam's words in mind and condense this into a few of these, but not nearly as many, because it doesn't need them. Add a little bit of texture and character to it, just like hair. Because it is hair. It's hair of an animal, as opposed to hair of a not animal. What's happening? Oh, are antics happening in Discord that I can't see because I'm streaming? Got a little leg coming out. Oh, I'm hungry. But the only food I've got that's like properly snackable is Pringles, and those are not a stream-friendly food. Once again, I find myself truly unable to keep up with chat, but in a good way. I'm glad that people are having fun. Let's get down there. Let's get those boots going. Yes. Oh. Even with the actual line art layer, you can still make mistakes. There we go. And make this line much more... because this would have all been a furry layer. Yeah. There we go. Nice thick lines between them. Capture the weight of the thing. Yeah. Nice. Love that for me. I think this is also like furry. Yeah, this is I think I forgot to draw this part of the coat coming down in my sketch layer. Whoops. Oh well. Then I can at least capture it doing so here. Could do something like that. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Strong lines for the telescope, because it's a telescope. And it's in front of everything, except for the hands, which are old. I tell you what, even though I'm not really big on gorillas anymore, if there's one thing that it did teach me to do, it's to draw some fucked up hands. It's one of the things I like about that art style. Jamie Hewlett's art style is that it does kind of give a nice kind of almost like aesthetically ugly level of detail, which I appreciate. I'm trying to think. Sticking my hand out in front. Yeah, the little finger will be at the end. Like that. And yeah. Oh no wait, I've got this backwards. I've got this all backwards, but luckily I can fix that. I just grab this and watch this. It's going to be magical. Watch this. What is she doing? They're doing this. And they're flipping it over. And it's like they never got the shape of a hand wrong. Skills. It's a little fuzzy, but I can go in there and I can sharpen it out a bit with just some touches. A little thumb kind of implied. Far from perfect, but this is quite a small drawing, so it's less noticeable. People don't tend to like, unless there's some really glaring issues, people don't tend to notice real bad proportion issues. So you'd be amazed how much you can get away with. This is a bad way of considering art, but you know, like who cares? Now this starts with a little finger and works up. Don't like where that's going. Let's try this again. Oh, I need to make sure this is not intersecting it in that way. I need to make sure that this is down here and rotated a bit. There we go. That's nice. That's a nice place to put a finger. Oh dear. Oh dear. Sorry to hear that, Clam. I've never actually played Animal Crossing, so I'm assuming that's a bad thing. This is just me fully making it up as I go along. It'll be fine. Yeah, because that way you get this. Comes down here. Get this. Comes across here. Then you get this thing, which comes across like this. And the lens. Oh. Oop. There we go. Why have I gone all like ASMR voice? This wasn't my intent, but it's just what's happened. I've forgotten what I've said already. I'm sure it's probably fine. You know, it's all just like pure stream of consciousness nonsense, right? It's like if I said something, no, I didn't. Not according to my head. Fairly certain that'll be how that works. See, this is why you want to clip it. I mean, for receipts, you can listen. Clips help boost engagement for viewers and streamers and stuff. So if you want to, you can. I'm probably going to live to regret that, but if you want, you can clip me saying that you can clip this as well. Why not? Let's get meta with it. Let's get absurdist. I'm just drawing a chair. I am simply drawing a chair. I reckon I might go until I have finished drawing all of these lines for Galileo and for Galileo but Wizard, because that feels like a good stopping point. And then after that we can add the colours and things, because colours don't tend to take super long, I find. And also colours are fun, and I would enjoy streaming that part. Yeah! This working. This working. Instead of having those two there, I'm going to add one there. And then I'm going to go back up here to where the rest of the Galileo is. Add some fluffiness here. Love to add some fluffiness. It just brings everything out, right? Let's make this. Let's bag this out. Oh. That doesn't work. That'll do. That will do. Yeah, I think that's working. I say confidently. One, two, three, four. They don't have to be beautiful, they just have to be there. Line here, add a tack, a pin. I forget what you call one of those when it's in a chair. But it's like, it's a nail. What am I talking about? It's a nail. Nail, nail, nail. Chair nail. For pinning leather to a chair. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, and this comes around the back, I think. Yes, it does. There's a dimensionality to this. Something like that. And this comes around here like that. And again, go 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I forgot to add the frillage. I didn't see it from my sketches. I thought they were just bad lines, but no, that's like a frillage like this. There we go. And I'm just going to do the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And that, I think, will do on that front. Yes. Now let's draw a big wizard. We've drawn the wizard, but now let's really draw the wizard. Oh boy, my stomach is rumbling and grumbling. I really should have thought about this. Oh well. This has been that kind of a week where best laid plans of mice and men. Adding a bit of a curvature to the eyebrows. The eye lines. Because everyone knows that becoming a wizard gives you big old eye lines. Like this. This one. Let me try that again. And this one. This one. Bit of something coming out of here. Like wrinkles and stuff. You know. When you get old, you get wrinkles. And then you get big bushy beards. Like that. Open a bit more. The power is stored in the eye lines. That's why wizards always look like that. We're going to ignore the popular wizard franchise made by the turf and say that wizards is the eye lines. I'm getting all very quiet because I'm actually focusing on what I'm drawing instead of just coming up with ideas. It's like once you get to this stage, it's literally just like making sure that you get the lines right and how you want them. So obviously, like I said, there's still room to play around and stuff, but it's much more. Let's see, I can add some big moustachy lines here because it's still. Oh, some of those are a little thick. I can just take the meat off of them and then that's better. Yeah, perfect. That's I think like a lip or something. I don't know. Artist doesn't even know what they're drawing. Good. I know what I'm drawing. I'm drawing a big wizard's brim. I think I was following this line. There we go. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing the dang thing. Honestly, if this keeps like... Oh. If I get to like before 5 and I've finished these sketches, I'm wondering whether I should just add some real base colours and then finish there, and then next week finish off the shading in the background. I think that would be nice. But it's up to you guys. What do you think? Fix my lines a bit. And add a little, just a cute little extra kink at the end. God, don't we all, Lofty? Don't we all? Yeah, I'm bumping my pop filter. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Don't. Please. There we go. Tidy my lines a bit. Drawing big swoops can get a little messy. That's why you gotta tidy up. Listen, Lofty, I didn't think anything of it. This is indeed what makeup is for. You can mascara your eyebrows. You just got to be careful about how you do it. Back before I didn't really enjoy them anymore, I used to be a big fan of Gorillas, and I used to cosplay 2D. And to do that, I'm a big fan of 2D, how he appears in Phase 2 of Gorillas. Phase 2 is kind of a colloquialized name for the period where Demon Days came out, and in that he has like a horrible little rat stash just here, and I don't have like a mustache, but I do have like the vague undecided beginnings of one, and so I would just slap a little bit of mascara on them to make them stand out and be horrible, because if you're gonna cosplay a character from a media which prides itself on having aesthetically ugly art, then you've got to commit to it. I've got a really nasty pair of like I've got some prosthetic teeth for him as well, where it's missing the front 2 teeth. And it's great, and I love it. And whenever I show people that cosplay, they go, oh, huh, that's good. I like it. Yeah, I've got to get more coming out of this. More chaos into this beard. Not that much chaos. Little chaos. Yeah, this is all... Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I was trying to think of what to put here, but honestly, I might just add just a little bit of a collarbone there. Why not? And going, why would a wizard show a little bit of a collarbone? I would like to refer you to the cover art for the classic SNES game Solstice, in which the wizard is fully shirtless and bearing a full 8-pack. And I think that is a good hallmark of wizards. Oh god. Lofty. Lofty. I'm going to allow that, but what a sentence. But yes, you're right. It's the rules of my you're very welcome. Let me refresh myself on my own rules. I actually can't do it. I think it says something along the lines of you can swear, but just, keep it in good faith, as in, like, don't be mean to anyone. Like, just you can describe wizards as a little slutty. The politics of, like, sexual promiscuity and stuff aside, like, it's just a funny way to refer to wizards. And it's also 100% correct. Why else do you think they get into it? You are right, though. That's the thing. Yes. We're all friends here, and it all makes sense. I understand. I understand the way of the world. If you haven't heard the, I doubt anyone here hasn't, but if you haven't heard the title music to Solstice, then I would highly recommend it, because it really is just the composer Tim Folland going, well, I have barely any memory to be working with. Why don't I just try and fit as much prog rock into this soundtrack as I can? And it works. It works super good. Oh, Lofty, go listen to Solstice. You won't regret it. That's my personal Rambler recommendation, which is definitely not lifted from Tumblr. No. I would never do that. My hand made a fart noise as it was travelling across the graphics tablet. I know you're supposed to draw from, like, your elbow, but... personal Rambler recommendations. It's funny that I try and roll my R's because I have a Jonathan Ross accent, so I can't roll my R's unless I have to really put some thought into it. Not sure about... It's gotta... tidy up some of his lines. Hello, Gwen! How are you? Welcome to this stream, where we are drawing a Galileo Galilei as a wizard, of course. We've gone for some fun asymmetric fur parts and lighter robe parts and the staff, which is the telescope, and it's got the solar system on it, and the sun is in the centre. Screams for memes! Welcome to the stream. Everyone is arriving at once. I'm streaming fairly early relative to Pacific Coast time, I think. So I'm amazed that folks are showing up anyway. It is only 4:30 in the afternoon, but the sky is already darkening. Such is the way of the evening times. Such is the way. What I do is I make the line thick, and then I rub out the parts that I don't want. That's smart person logic. Wow, I've glanced over and I'm amazed. I've just realised how little of my actual UI you get to see when I'm in this mode. I have, like, windows all over the place and you can't see any of them, which is probably for the best. Oh, wow, that is a work shift. That is a work shift and a half. I'm glad that I can offer some solace after a bit of a night of it. I'm assuming night because you know that AM means like in 3:30 in the morning is 3:30 AM. PM is like after. It's the PM is afternoon, AM is morning. Oh God, Lofty. Oh, are you still doing that? That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for clipping all the suspicious things that I say. Minnesota. Oh wow, so that is AM, because Minnesota is still US time, so that is... Phooey. Phooey. Moving my head around like a crane so that I can actually see past my microphone and its pop filter. Yeah, Gren, me too. I don't clip while watching the stream. Also because, like, unless it's something I desperately want to clip so that I don't forget where it was in the stream, like usually if they're like more than an hour long, then I will clip during the stream, but otherwise I try and clip during the VOD because it is easier and I actually like watching the stream while it happens. I'll tell you what is interesting about live streaming with the camera and such is remembering to make eye contact, because obviously I say it in my about and it's not exactly a secret, but I am autistic and eye contact is, I've described the sensation as being akin to having to talk to someone while also resting your hands on each other's legs, like on each other's thighs, in terms of, oh, well, we're talking and this is normal, I guess, but also I'm very uncomfortable. This feels very intimate. Eye contact has a similar thing for me, which means I can, like, it's fine if I actually know people. If I don't know them, though, it's just like, this is a lot for just meeting you. But obviously that's not always something that neurotypical people, like, understand, which is fine. But it's an interesting one when it comes to a camera, because a camera has an eye, but it's a robot eye. The main thing is just remembering to actually look at it on occasion, and it's a conscious thing. I have to, like, go, it's time to remember to stare. But yes, if I'm looking at art, it doesn't matter. If I'm looking at art, if I'm looking at video games, it's an interesting one. Yes, time to stare at your eyebrows. It's because I think it's intimate because, like, eyes are, you know, as they say, the eye is the window to the soul, which in my mind, like, that is more a description of, like, you can read a lot of a person's emotional state from their eyes, and when you're looking directly at them, it feels like it's unfiltered sensory input about a person, which does feel very like, okay, I'm getting a lot of stuff at once from this. This is a little too much. Which can be, you know, in certain situations it can be quite nice to stare deeply into someone's eyes, but for the most part it's just a little bit much. I can kind of, as part of the autistic mask, which is where we pretend that we're totally neurotypical and we don't have different brains, I can do it, and it's just I just prefer not to. you know? Saving what I've done, because my Photoshop is from 2005 and it will not remember for me. I'm doing a good job of talking. Why would one ever want to be? It's funny, I haven't really, I don't really know how to put my own gender into, proper words. I think the best I've come up with so far is she, her, and they, them pronouns, but that doesn't mean anything. Pronouns are just pronouns. I think it's just, whatever works, and gender is indeed a social construct. It's one that has, great important value to us, but it is, like everything else, a little bit... It's a cultural tool that serves a function, and it's our job to decide what that means. It's a collective. I'm always a bit reticent about saying gender is fake, because as you well know, I come from Turf Island, and a lot of the gender critical type folks do use the gender is a bit made up to try and invalidate when people have actual needs and stuff. That hand feels a little bit... I'm gonna make a very bold and drastic decision, because I've realised that I don't like the positioning of this hand a bit. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna rotate it about this way. Yeah, that works. It was just a little bit out of alignment with the rest of the stuff. Ooh, yes, get your sin rolls. Get your sin rolls, Sam. It's an interesting one, though, because I use she, her, and they, them pronouns. I don't know whether that makes me cis, but with flexible pronouns, or trans and not sure about the whole thing. Oh, pizza! Go get your pizza, Gren. Gren, go get your pizza. I hope that it is okay still. I was cleaning my oven this morning, because last weekend I made lasagna, and it was extremely good lasagna, but it also, how does one put this delicately, spilled lasagna sauce all over the inside of my oven, and the next time I tried to use the oven, I had forgotten that it was there, and... smoky oven. Sometimes you do that and you just have to go and stand right next to your fire alarm and just hold your finger in the air I'm just waiting for you to go off so I can immediately tell you to stop. Sometimes it's that kind of a night. But today I made sure to remember to just get in there, bleach the thing out, and I think it is now ready to be used again and to not turn everything into smoke and horror. Smoky ovens are bad. I decided to put some oven-baked chips in it, thinking that would not make them taste like smoke. I was wrong. Sometimes in life you make mistakes, and sometimes in life you make steaks, which is what I was having the chips with. I made a nice sirloin steak. And that actually went well. But those come with, instructions anyway, so... Sam! I mean, the problem there is that what if you forget to take off the ziplock? You do want a smoke detector in your house, it just can most of the time be a bit of a faff. It goes off at times when you know that there's going to be smoke, as opposed to the times when you really need it, which is when you didn't anticipate smoke, because now your house is on fire. I'm thinking about my fun facts because I know what makes smoke detectors go off, and it's radiation. Maybe? Yes. Smoke detectors, the way that they work is that they have a piece of americium in them. Americium is a alpha and beta emitter, so the particles that it produces are very, very, very potent and only operate over short distances. So the distance that I am from it, all of the alpha particles coming out of it stop about, I don't know, a few centimeters in the air tops. Like, that's being generous. They're very big radiation particles, so they are pretty safe to have in your house. Just don't eat them because that will kill you very badly. But yes, so there's a piece of americium which is constantly shooting out very short-ranged and powerful radiation, and there's also a detector in there to detect the radiation coming out from the americium. And the radiation travels pretty okay through air, but it travels less well through smoke because smoke is denser, it has more big particles in it, it's easier for the radiation to hit those particles and get absorbed and never reach the detector. So your detector's basically going, if the smoke falls, or if the detection of radiation falls below a certain threshold, make a big fucking noise. And so that's how that works. I'm going to do something bold and radical, which is... Actually, no, I've decided I don't like that. I was thinking about making it sit right next to the planet and cut off some of the edges of there, but how do I remember all of these cool facts? I mean, that fact I remember from, like, GCSE physics, but in general, I just like reading about stuff online. When it comes to... there's a stream where I post fun facts on the regular, and for those ones I do tend to do a bit of outside reading, and then I write down my fun facts before I send them. This is after an incident where I tried to type something in, and then accidentally hit enter without anything written down. So it just sent 5 bits, which in money terms at the time was about 5 pence, which is not the end of the world, but it's still like, no, that's 5 pence with nothing attached to them. So yes. Strats. I employ them. This is all the... getting all the secrets of whatever it is I do with my time. Let's have a look. Yeah, that sure is a head, a hat, one shoulder, and a staff. Yeah, I think this is going alright so far. Oh, I know what I need to give him. I'm going to give him a little bit of a bracelet. A little wizard's bracelet, which is floating in 0G. Thank you, Screams for Memes. It isn't actually that clean. I have a set of pencil brushes. They called Nanda's Real Pencils, or Nanda's Real Pencil Brushes for Photoshop by So Nanda. They are available on DeviantArt for free as long as you have a DeviantArt account, which I still do because I am a person of that specific age. And what they do, I'll show you. Listen, I'm gonna do something unusual, which is I'm gonna reset my brushes and show you what my lines look like when I'm not doing them. Oh, this is look. See, you see how it's kind of like you get this kind of wobbliness to it, which is not so nice. Like if I try and it's not so bad at the moment, but you get like some bad times. Hello, Lofty! But yeah, so I use those pencil brushes to kind of obfuscate the fact that the graphics tablet is over a decade old and it's not very good at cutting out that motion. Did I forget to... I forgot to change it back. That's no good at all. Let me get my brushes on. Just makes things a little bit easier for myself. One eye there, one eye there. Oh, let me make that one a little bit bigger. So it kind of helps me basically cover the fact that this tablet's not very good. It still works. Like, for something that I bought in 2008, it still works. 2008 was really the time when I was in DeviantArt, like, proper. So it's a miracle that the whole thing still works, but it's not a miracle I can really take for granted. Yeah, you can't see that much. You have to assume that the finger folds in there. But yes. Big old wrist lines. Something like that. Get more rolls. I appreciate the fact that you have rolls. I have bread, and I still have lasagna. I technically do still have that lasagna from last weekend. I would have finished it way earlier, but I had issues throughout the week involving being able to eat food, so that is why that didn't happen. I'm going to add the other half of this here, and I'm going to start adding this part here. Yeah. What's great is that I don't have to have the actual lines here, because I can just imply that they're there by doing this fuzzy thing, because it's fuzzy and it's nice. Oh boy. Well, I hope that worked. Oh no, that's not that line. That needs to terminate. I hope that you managed to get it anyway, Lofty. In silent mode, because I'm drawing fur. Da, 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 da. Oh, tell me about it, Lofty. My phone signal is non-existent in my house. I have to connect my phone to my Wi-Fi to get it to work. There's a way to synchronize your phone to the local Wi-Fi and then use that as quote-unquote mobile data instead. It's a bit of a ham fist, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, so I need a solid line running down here. Oh, that's no good. Oh yeah, I think I'm looking at the time, and I think that this might actually doing this line art may in fact take the rest of the stream. I didn't think it would, but it's gonna. My phone is an iPhone. Is it okay if I talk to you about that after the stream? Just because it's, I don't really feel like explaining phone settings while trying to draw a space wizard. Steve Jobs does not get to be a space wizard. having said that, he was a big homeopathy guy, so maybe he was more space wizard than I gave him credit for. He's not a good space wizard though. He's like a homeopathy is a form of science which no one wants to listen to because for good reason. This is a art stream, not a tech stream, despite how things were looking this afternoon. Oh. No tangents. That's the rule of art. Don't want a single tangent. Yes, no, he doesn't get to be a space wizard. Galileo gets to be a space wizard because the dude was, like, properly persecuted in his lifetime for actually trying to do good science. So he gets to be a space wizard. Oh, that line was wibbly wobbly. There we go. About that little bit that happened there. But yes, I'm happy. I'm content to stream for a little while because I missed a whole stream and a half this week. I say missed. It's my stream. I can do what I want, but this part is the reason this has lots of little lines in here is because this is more like, you know, like that velveteen interior get on some fur coats where it's just like inexplicably satin. Ah yes, the classic phone repeated signal issue. I get that. Mainly on Tumblr. There we go. There we go, a big fluffy sleeve. And then this thing coming out. I should be able to just get those and tidy those up a bit. Perf. Bit of texture in that wizard's belt. A little bit of this. There we go. It's deciding what lines are like. It's what the process is. Give myself some space. Oh yeah, no. I truly have no obligations. I like drawing and I like the idea of being able to get this, the line art done before I have to go for next week. Now, this is, let me see if I can get this how I want it. Because I want it to kind of flow down. Taking care of myself is very important. In fact, I'll say this because of the specific week that I've had. If you are a person watching this stream and you end up having a situation where you, I don't know, living by yourself like I do, and you feel a bit ill and a bit like, oh, I feel much worse than I normally do and I'm worried, then absolutely, get it seen. Because if the worst, if it turns out to be nothing and you go and get it checked, then that's fine because it's good because it means there's nothing wrong with you and, like, you can be content. On the other hand, if you do have something wrong with you and you don't go and get it checked, that can kill you. I was in a situation the Tuesday night, I had those stomach pains and they turned out to be gastroenteritis. I was genuinely like thinking, well, what if this is appendicitis? Because appendicitis will kill you if you don't get it checked, and this was very, very, very bad innards pain. Like, it would go away and it would come back, and it was like waves of doubling over in pain bad. Which in retrospect means I'm very glad that I did decide to stop streaming on Tuesday, because probably should not have been streaming with that, but I didn't know. Like I said, I thought it was just anxiety. But yes, if you're not sure, get it checked, especially if you live by yourself, because you gotta be there for yourself, you know? Even if it does just turn out to be a bad stomach flu. Pardon me. This is also true. I am also English, and it does not cost me anything to go and check it. Anxiety does mimic so many health problems, so that's, yeah. It is truly the way of it, and it sucks. Save again. Oh, I've already saved. Oh, that's a good point, Lofty. I would say risk it anyway. I had to call 111 to make sure that I wasn't being a malingerer, and oh no, this line's a holdover from where the trousers were. That shouldn't be there. This line is where it's at. It being the correct path. Yeah, that line can go there, like that. And then... yes, that's good. That's what I like to see. It does suck. Honestly, like, that's a big pet peeve of mine with a lot of... now that I work a 9 to 5 job, quote unquote, the fact that I have to try and squeeze time out during my day to make important calls because everyone else, like, that I need to call also works a 9 to 5 job, it does suck. I'm not sure how people are supposed to organise stuff when they are, in fact, working themselves. I feel like the answer's probably, like, a regression to, like, the 1950s of, like, oh, you're supposed to have a wife who does that for you. And it's like, where am I going to get a wife? Lofty, the quote-unquote part was around the 9 to 5, because my job can let you work anywhere between 8 and 4 and 10 and 6. It used to just be 8 to it used to be, I think, 9:15 was the latest you could get in, but then a global pandemic happened and they decided to be a little bit more flexible with that time. Which is good. I'm glad that my workplace decided to be more chill about it rather than less chill. I think that is a very rare thing. That's what you need. Diversity win, this wife is non-binary. Good. That's what the world was clamoring for. It's me, person drawing a cape to partially okay levels. Oh. This line. I need this line to work a little bit better for me. I need this part to also work. There we go. Let's see what we can do when we actually focus. Let's get into it. This is the quiet part of the stream where I try and do this properly. It's very good, isn't it? Now you can even hear me when I whisper that quietly. I don't know what... My mic is a good mic, but I have no idea whether it actually picks up to that extent. There you go. Now I only have a few bits to fix, rather than the whole thing. Which is good. That's what I like to see. That's good, Lofty. I'm glad that your workplace are Oh, do you have the webcams during the meetings? I'm kind of used to them when I was doing my workplace meetings, but still a little bit like, oh, I have to actually like not be wearing sweatpants for this. I mean, it was always sit down meetings, but I always made sure to wear things that weren't sweatpants during anyway, just to make sure I was in the right mindset. It's amazing how much my mum used to do a job that started from in person and then went to working from home, and she would always like try and dress the part anyway while she was at home, just because it really helps with the mindset. God, listen to us talking about working and being in meetings. Hello, John! How are you? That's a good idea, Lofty. That's... Forward that to me. It's we could become like Bryan Cranston and always be wearing underpants in scenes where you can't see our legs. That is a true thing, by the way. That is true facts. Aha, you have been watching the singular one... Just one piece. Two pieces? No, just one. Just for one piece, actually. Someone edited a meme for me of Hot Fuzz where it's the no luck catching them killers then, except it's no luck getting them pieces then. It's just for one piece, actually. During scenes where they're wearing trousers, Lofty, they're wearing pants. They're wearing American pants or English trousers or other, you know. I'm gonna have to move the mic a little bit. Whoa! What was the point of me moving a mic and then doing that bad line? That'll do. That'll do. Clean up a little bit. Let me clean up that line a little bit, make it a little bit thicker. That'll do. I doubt people will be looking that closely. This is quite a big image anyway. Oh, beauty. Absolute beauty. I forgot to add the lines to this. Can't believe it. Add extra line to that, because that's a sleevey portion anyway. One more. Splurge. Splurge on lines. I love a line. Nah, I don't want that to be quite so centre. I want it to be down here. And then have that one slightly off-centre. How have been the drawings? The drawings have been good. Let me show you the drawings. I got my sketch art done. You got Galileo Galilei looking very sad and under house arrest in the corner here. And then you've got Galileo Galilei, the powerful space wizard, over here. And so I've done the sketch layers for this, and now I'm doing the actual line art. And I think when I finish this line art, I'm going to end the stream, just because I've been going for a couple of hours. But until then, we can hang out. John, are you personally going to be streaming soon? Because if you are, then I might raid you. And by might, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's anyone else that I'm like, oh yeah, gotta raid them. Let me check my phone. There's Limmy, and there's everyone's favourite dispenser of skin-related knowledge, Chocolate Dave. But yes, let me know how it goes, and if you are streaming, I absolutely will raid. We're not. I want to raid. I want to raid people that I follow. I don't follow Wolf Conservation Centre. It'd be the end of Inscription. Limmy's streaming Black Mesa, and Chocolate Dave is streaming Kingdom Hearts. I know. It's all good. Let's get these pantaloons on. Honestly, considering that was like a freehand and not doing my usual sketch, that was not too bad. Yeah, Chocolate Dave streams. He does I think he usually does like speedrunner stuff, but he does indeed stream. Streaming is in fact good for your skin. I followed him as soon as I found out that he streamed. I don't often go to his streams because I follow enough people that I actually don't always have the capacity to go to the streams, but it's still fun. Still fun to go and see on occasion. You're starting Final Fantasy V, but that'll be around 7. I might turn up to that later then by myself, but yes. For the time being, I'm getting out the keyboard. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. If you don't already follow John, then you should, because he's cool. Look, he does the streaming, and he's been streaming Inscription, and that's a good game and stuff. Yes. I have very few Nightbot things, but shout out is one of them because it's important to say I appreciate my friends. Lofty, you're not a mod. You can't. No offense. I mean, if you want to be a mod, I would ask you to possibly not abuse the power while you have it. We could shrimp raid, but the shrimps. The problem with shrimp raid is that they don't let you chat unless you're a subscriber, which feels Thank you for shouting out the shrimps. They've been streaming ASMR. They are just. Has anyone ever gotten an ASMR from the shrimps? Like, because that ASMR is like the actual like tingly response. Okay. Lofty self-excluding from swords. I will make a note of that. I have to say, I'm not huge on ASMR type stuff for similar reasons to why I'm not huge on eye contact. It just feels a little bit like I feel it up on the back of my neck and it's bad. Lofty, I'm sure you'll do fine, and also big congratulations for getting that. Like, that shows that you have promise and mettle. Well, John, you're not alone in that, because other mod of this stream, and also excellent streamer in her own right, Sally Miyaki, also definitely has the same thing. She also doesn't like the I think it's called like dysphonia, in terms of like just having a bad response to sounds in general, but I don't remember what the specific name is for chewing. Visual ASMR, do you mean like just like stim videos, that kind of thing? I have a problem with stim video. This is just me. This is not me ragging on it. Like, I think that if people get things out of it, then they absolutely should enjoy them. But a lot of those stim videos are like really gooey and they use like slimes, and I'm not really like big on slimy textures. Those aren't really my thing. I do like if anything involves like beads or seeds and stuff, like we used to have chickens and they have like chicken feed, and which, if you don't know, is like a mixture of like corn and barley and various other seeds, and that is extremely fun to plunge your hands into. That's a good sensation, but the usual fare doesn't really like, I don't really enjoy it. I don't know what, like, I think the conversation moved on a little bit. What did I do to make Lofty blush? But yeah, seeds are good. Chickens are good. We've had all sorts of chickens. We've had obviously loads of Lowman Browns because we would get them for their eggs. We've had lavender Orpingtons. We've had lavender Aracanas, which made really fun blue eggs. Some leg bars, I think. And the ones that I really love, oh yeah, we also used to have a couple of lemon millefleur, which are like these little sable poot type chickens. Very small, very attitudinal, extremely fun. But my absolute favourite breed of chicken is the salmon Faverolles, because they are just, I can't articulate this enough. They're just sweethearts. They're just such sweet chickens, and they will let you come and sort of gently pick them up, and they actually quite enjoy like company. Oh yes, it was good. I think that was yes. I think you're gonna do great, Lofty. I know that we joke about like you using your swords for evil, but I reckon you'll do a good job. Man, these lines are getting a little bit all over the place. Chickens are precious. Having said that, I did, in the last batch of chickens we had, we did have a very antagonistic cockerel, which was no good. Like, by antagonistic, I mean you would come in and he would fly up to try and get you. One time he did that and he flew up and I caught him in midair and was like, now what are you trying to do? And he fucking turned around and pecked me on the cheek right underneath my eyeball. And I was like, holy shit. Threw him back away from me. It's just like, that would be a really entertaining anecdote for the future when I've lost my eye. That is, birds are dinosaurs. It's the truth. And chickens are really exemplars of that. Chickens, geese, ducks are creepy in their own way. I like ducks, but they are creepy. But yeah, geese are, I'm a geese apologist. I think that they are good. But you gotta respect them, but you have to respect all animals. There's no animal where you can go, I can just like dick around with no consequences. You have to find the boundaries of any animal you interact with, and if it's a polar bear, then the boundaries are stay away from me or I'll shoot you, because polar bears don't fear humans and will predate upon them. You don't want to go near a polar bear. Sometimes the boundaries are just very firm and very dangerous. You can, you gotta hug them. You gotta hold them by the neck gently, and you've got to hold them quite high up the neck. If you hold them too far down, they will turn around and bite you. This is you've unlocked the anecdotes of I used to grow up on small holding. That's why I know this stuff. But yes, when geese are chill, they're very chill. We had some geese, and they used to just come over while we were doing stuff. We'd take breaks in the field and lie down, and they'd come over and start nibbling our shoelaces, because geese explore everything with their mouths like toddlers. And so one time they actually managed to fully untie my mum's shoelaces, which was very funny. Would I put a tie on the top of the gooseneck or the bottom? Bottom, I would say. I like it, because if you're also putting a tie on, if you're putting a shirt on, you would put the shirt on like around the collar of the neck. So I would assume a tie would go down around the bottom. But yes, that would be how I'd do it personally. Yes, especially swans. Swans are geese, but once you spend enough time around geese and getting used to the goose shape, swans do start to look a little bit like weird and deranged because they are just oh man, am I getting close to the end? I must. Wow. I guess I've just got to do this bit and then I'll be done soon. That's wild. It's wild. It's been a good. I've been enjoying this. But yeah, I like the swans thing too. I'm gonna add some detailing. Let's add some things around like the staff and the I'm just writing Latin names or Greek names for actually if that's Helios, then this would be, I guess, Gaia, because that would be Greek. Yes, goose is cooked versus swanning about. Good turns of phrase. Actually, no. There's because heliocentrism is what Helios over. No, this is getting too memey. I've got to let's scale it back. Let's just do some fairly. Actually, let me think. If I remember my astronomical symbols correctly, I can always reference this, but that's the symbol for the sun. The symbol for Mercury. I'm gonna look these up actually. I'm gonna look up my astronomical symbols. I know a bunch of them, but it's better to actually have reference. Because I want this stream to keep going. Because it's fun. Let me get my symbols on. There we go. That's right. Mercury's little horned fella. I don't need to draw all of these because they won't all apply. But Mercury has little horns. Venus is just this one. It's the quote unquote woman symbol. This is a symbol of Venus. It's the planet. And you get Earth, which is a circle with a cross in it. And then you get. Should I draw the moon? Yeah, might as well. All the symbols I can have, please. Mars is this one. Jupiter, I never decided whether it looks like a 4 or a 21 that's kind of merged into each other like a logo. And then Saturn is still there, so. Yeah, that'll do. Why don't you join me? Yes, that'll do. Just a bit of magical symbolism on there. And then I'm gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna... Let me think about how I want this to look. I know how I want this to. I'm gonna write it sideways so it doesn't look. I might make these a little bit smaller because I'll need them to be smaller. Because if you draw it sideways, you can't tell as well that it's saying science is a form of yes, this is working as intended. Jick. Yeah, science is a form of magic, growing strong. Actually, yeah. Grow. I can. Yes, I think this is working. This is absolutely teasing it, but I think it will work. Science is a form of magic growing strong. And I can no longer yes, I think for the purposes of yeah, that looks really good, and you can't really tell what I've done, which is just write it kind of sideways, and I can no longer and then obviously because this is running this way, I'm just gonna flip the case of it. In fact, this is backwards, which is fine. Oh no, it still has to read correctly. It doesn't actually have to, but this is fun. I'm having fun with this. I've run out of sleeves. That'll do. I think that's let me pull out and see what we've done. Yeah. Oh, shit. Missed the line. That's why you check. Thank you. I'm glad that you like it. There we go. That's the line I was missing. Make this fluff up this a little bit. Don't want to neglect a good wizard's hair. Yeah. Just making sure I haven't missed anything really blindingly obvious, and I think that will do. He's He's so magic he doesn't need a forehead. If only that were the case, but yes, his mind expands into the cosmos. If I want to, I can also maybe like add some detailing on this, but I might save that for the colouring in, because I'll need to add like lots of shiny onto this anyway. So yeah, I think, make sure I've saved what I've done. Yes, I have. I am gonna call it there. Thank you all for coming along. It's been we've run a little bit over how long we usually go, but I'm happy with that. I think we've made good decisions for us. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go and raid Chocolate Dave, because I think that'll be a nice surprise for him. Parents have left, now I will feast. Excellent. I am glad for you. I'm gonna give him a little shout out before I do so, to let you all know what you're getting yourselves in for. And he is currently streaming Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix. I've tried to understand Kingdom Hearts, and I don't. I still don't, but I'm sure it'll be fun to see him having a go with it. So yes, I'm gonna set up that raid. You're already lurking in his stream, that's good. Oh no, shoot. This is I always get this wrong. Let's try this again. Do not explain a decade's worth of lore to me, John. Greater men than you have tried, and I still do not understand it. There was a problem starting the raid. Please try again in a minute. Have I spelled that wrong? Let's have a go. Yeah, oh no, maybe he doesn't have raids on. That's a problem. Well, I'm gonna go and finish the stream regularly then, and we're all gonna... No, I don't think this is Twitch. I think he may have it set that outside people can't raid him, which is a good setting to have. I don't have it on mine because I like to believe that the internet is not going to punish me for trying to have a good time. But yes, it sure is a webbed site, and people do like to abuse its functionalities. So yes, I think we're just gonna go over there and not officially raid, but just go and hang out and see how he's doing. And then if anything else goes on, we'll do that instead. But that I shall leave entirely up to you. In the meantime, I'm gonna be streaming Crash again on Tuesday, and hopefully this time I'll be able to make it a full 2 hours without suffering any kind of gastric distress. And until then, I shall see you around, and I shall touch my microphone in exciting ways. Thank you for hoping for my health. I hope for it too, and I hope for your health. Goodbye.